His name is Craig James, bitch! Craig James! Eagles win! 2-2 right now. 2-2. Divine intervention. Craig James comes in, costs Aaron Rodgers the interception. We're 2-2. We face some Jets next week. Woo! I am so hyped. It is unreal. My kids are sleeping, and I hope I don't wake them up. But the Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Green Bay Packers 34-27 in one of the best games that I've seen all year. Obviously, the best game that the Eagles have played all year. It's so hard to believe that this Eagles team is the same team that lost to a putrid Detroit Lions team last week at home and against the Atlanta Falcons a couple weeks before that in Atlanta. That kind of hurts. But let me get to some positive stuff right now. Craig James, bitch. That's his name. Craig James comes in after Avonte Maddox is hurt. Hopefully, he's okay. Maybe a mild concussion. I'm praying for the guy as he is our best corner, and we're down to now 2 healthy corners, and that's it. But he comes in, he blankets his receiver, causes the interception to Nigel Bradham to end the game and for the Eagles to win that game. All game, very tense, stressful situation. Packers go up 10-0, and then it just seemed like the Eagles kicked it into high gear and did exactly what everybody, not just me, but everybody had been asking them to do. And that's run the football and then let the run set up the pass. And they did that. Jordan Howard, who is used to running at Lambeau Field because he was drafted by the Chicago Bears, is running like a madman all night long, setting up Miles Sanders. And Miles Sanders redeemed himself after last week's 2 fumbles after he brought up a kick return. They brought the Eagles up to about the 30-yard line. I could be wrong there, but either way. And then he ran really good today. Did Miles Sanders. The Eagles had 176 yards rushing, I think, to 77 for the Green Bay Packers. But my biggest thing was, and I'm watching the game with my father, and this was the first thing for me. You know, back in 2017, back in 2018, when the Eagles would score offensively, I would cheer and be happy and be, just raging and ready to roll. But not this year, because I know that we have a defense that is now going to let Aaron Rodgers score on them. But they held their own for most of the game. They really, really did. At the end of the game, Avonte Maddox takes that hit by Anderson Dejo, his own teammate, by the way. And Craig James comes right in, and the game's over after that. I don't know what to say right now. I mean, I cussed the defense the whole game. They've got to do something in the secondary. Sidney Jones is not the answer. He is absolutely bust, I believe, because he's always burnt. If he's not burnt, he can't tackle. He's doing an ankle tackle at the goal line. He's just not. He's just a backup corner at best. Avonte Maddox now hurt. Ron Darby now hurt. Jalen Ramsey wants to get traded. You're 2-2. Give up what you have to give up to get Jalen Ramsey. The defensive line applied some pressure. We saw Derek Barnett in a kind of reverse role with Brandon Graham. You saw Derek Barnett hit Aaron Rodgers once in the game. The big turnover there. The Eagles scored right after that. I mean, they actually got a little bit more pressure, it seemed like, on Aaron Rodgers than they had in the weeks before. But the secondary is going to be a big issue. We kind of have a mini bye. They've got to secure that and figure something out. And now for the major positives of this game. Carson Wentz. For all the Carson Wentz haters out there, for all the guys that down Carson Wentz on the radio, in the media, whenever they can, even this local media, even the media on the NFL Network, they just want to talk about Aaron Rodgers the entire game and Devontae Adams, even though we let up about 400 yards to him. That's all they want to talk about. They kind of glided through Carson Wentz's 3 touchdowns, and I think he had 160 yards. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but man, this guy commanded an offense. This was a signature win for Carson Wentz. No turnovers, a couple missed throws here and there, but he had 3 touchdowns. You see him audibling at the line, setting up big run plays. Carson Wentz showed why he is the franchise quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, going into Lambeau Field, being 1-2 against a 3-0 undefeated team. He didn't bat an eye. Carson Wentz should have everybody's respect in Philadelphia right now, because if it wasn't for him, they don't win this game. Now we go on. 11 days from now, the New York Jets come in to Lincoln Financial Field. I mean, look, we need to figure out the secondary and then just keep running. We're back. 2-2, we're back. 1-3, we're behind the ball. But 2-2, we're back. And then we get Deshaun back, hopefully, with the Jets. Can you imagine having a player like Deshaun Jackson added to this team? I've been saying on Twitter all night, can you imagine if the Eagles had just one really good corner, just one on this team? It makes a big difference. Howie Roseman, please give up whatever you can to get Jalen Ramsey into Philadelphia because we need him. But the Eagles win 34-27. Finally, a feel-good game. I needed it. My father needed it. My household needed it. Hopefully, my kids are still asleep because we were going crazy and they've got school tomorrow. But the Eagles win big. I'm happy. I'm ready to watch Doug Peterson's press conference and Carson Wentz's press conference. Everybody, like, share, subscribe. We are back. We're 2-2. We beat the Packers at Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers, kids, shut it off at this point. Aaron Rodgers, fuck you.